but it has not been acting right on the lives forever. But thank goodness that's why we have 2 phones. 2 phones, 3 phone numbers. The life of a business owner.
Yeah.
But I've had certain times where like the iPhone's not acting right and it was like an emergency, and thank goodness. And it wasn't just iPhone, it was iOS. So my MacBook wasn't working with my software. And then luckily the Samsung was. Now that one is just being useless because that was my favorite phone to go live on. But here we are back again with green IP.
And you were asking about the MIC injections earlier. So
Yeah.
it's definitely B12. The methionine, inositol, and choline are other vitamins that are in there. And it
Okay,
just
that
helps with the fat burning.
The inositol? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Inositol? That just sounds like I'm reading it off of a flashcard. I could have practiced that a couple more times to make it convincing that I know what I'm talking about. The hardest word I've had to like, I had to practice it so long, was it's this horrible side effect that people can get from cool sculpting called paradoxical adipose hyperplasia. See, look how good I'm saying it now, but I had to practice that one for a good 6 weeks. That's terrifying. You could not pay me $1 million to get cool sculpting. Now, if you know somebody who's experienced the paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, our other machine, the Jade machine that gets rid of scar tissue, we've had great success with helping to minimize the look of that. That's very important because with that particular condition, after cool sculpting increases the vascularity in that area, so they can't perform surgery to get rid of it because it can cause necrosis, which means death of the tissue. It'll actually look black underneath the skin, so very scary.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize that they got it. They just think that the cool sculpting didn't work, because you're not going to notice it unless you do lose a lot of weight, and then you'll have like a hard square chunk where the applicator was. So super sucks that, especially people pay a lot of money for that to get deformed. I think that's horrible. But
So, question. My butt is on fire.
You want to go down?
Why do we use the heat?
So this is far infrared and PEMF technology. So it's helping to ground you. It helps to accelerate any kind of healing. So even when you come in here and get like a face sculpting session, if you're here for an hour, you're still going to burn probably around 700 calories just laying on that. And this detoxes you from stuff like heavy metals, stuff that you're not going to normally sweat out, just normal working out. That can cause a lot of other problems too.
Well, that's another reason why you should do infusions, because it helps your body get rid of toxins also.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. You should get little chairs. I'll send you a link, because they have far infrared PMF chairs that are like this size now.
Okay.
So like by this size, like the size of this chair, so it's like long and then it spreads out. Okay. So like I have ones, that one that was in here broke, that are just small ones to sit on. If you want your own, you can find it on the My Favorite Things page of my website. It's like the second thing on there if you want to find your own infrared PEMF photon mats. We have them on all the beds here. The newest one I want, because it can fold out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise all of these are great here. I have them on all the beds and I'll sit here and message. But for at-home purposes, it's like, most people aren't just going to have a bed to like leave it laid out on all the time.
Right, Yeah, I'll have you turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, so on areas where there's any cellulite, both the flux, you will notice feeling it more. It'll kind of feel like it's biting you more. Or just toxins. Like a lot of people who have tech neck, they'll get super, super hot around like the neck and the shoulder area. Most women have cellulite. So even guys, their butt will be on fire.
Yeah.
So you can don't try to tough it out. Just tell us to turn it down. We don't want to burn anyone. We do want it on, if possible. Now, reasons you couldn't have it on would be like, if you're pregnant, check with a doctor. Most people it's fine if they're pregnant, but anything if you're pregnant, check with a doctor. We do have a special pregnancy facial too. It's very safe. And if you've had an organ transplant, you don't want to use the infrared because it detoxes you too much and it can detox out the anti-rejection meds.
Really?
Because it boosts your immune system too
much.
which I think is a really cool accidental testimony. You know, it's like, hey, don't do this if you have an organ transplant because you will detox and you will get too healthy and it'll interfere with your anti-rejection meds. So if you don't have an organ transplant, you should definitely buy one of these or come see us here. Mm-hmm. Anything we can do to avoid that and boost our immune system is amazing, right? Technology is amazing. All right. You ready? Ready for takeoff. Let's bring her a little closer here. This is her first time.
I'm nervous, guys. Tell me I'm okay.
Tell her she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be better than okay. She's gonna look amazing after this. And she's worked out hard, like as you said that you've done competitions and stuff before, right?
I have not done competitions, but I've been.
But you've worked towards them. You know how hard it is. So
correct, yeah.
I love it when we have people who like actually work out because they know how long it takes to like lose an inch.
Oh yeah.
And they're the ones who are the most impressed by this.
Okay, well that's exciting.
They're like, why didn't I find this earlier?
That is so weird.
Look at her go. Okay, so we're going to start with getting your core all the way up.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. It rewards you, even if you got a little fluff over the top. If you have muscle under there, the more muscle you have, the more the flux has to interact with, and the better results you're going to get. Were you like a gymnast or anything, or? No, you kind of got a gymnast build.
I just used to work out a ton with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, it's so important what friends you keep around you, because if you work out, if you have a bunch of friends that also work out, then you're gonna work out. If you have a bunch of friends that, you know, don't care about their health and their body, then you're gonna look like that too. It really is time travel. Yeah, I said it looks like torture. What's it feel like?
It just, at first, I was super nervous at first. It doesn't feel like torture at all. It just feels like
a workout.
You're making my muscles tighten on their own. Yeah.
So it's always
like
good to like
crunches.
play with stuff. Yeah, she's doing a bunch of crunches and a bunch of squats at the same time while laying here. So if you're a busy person like me, I love it because I can get a quick, 12 hours of working out in an hour. And then I'm also strapped to the table where I can't be distracted. So it's a great time for me to do like video editing, respond to emails, book people, all of that kind of stuff. So multitasking, because it's a busy world out there.
You talk during it.
Huh?
I said, I don't know how you talk during it. Because it like tenses me up.
I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
I have people who sing on here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you'll have to ask your own personal trainers like about how many months would it take to lose 3 to 5 inches if you are seeing them once a week. So once a week, most personal trainers charge about $75 an hour. Let's say you got a deal for $50 an hour times, 3 times a week for like 3 months. So plus that's just money wise. It's going to cost you a lot more money with a personal trainer to see the results you will see here in an hour. And then it just depends on how much you value your time. Because that's also, 12 hours of working out, getting to the gym, getting back. Working out with a trainer is very important. But when we're talking about how long do you have to work out, exactly, if you're a business owner, and, if I'm going to look right in a dress, the dress doesn't fit, there's nothing I can do at the gym that's going to get me into that dress today. Nothing. Right. But I can get fluxed and get into that dress today. So it just depends. If you want to wait, put in hours and hours and watch what you eat and do all that stuff is great, but this is what I use for results. That kind of stuff is what I use for wellness, which is also great because I know that when I'm working out with my trainer, like we just worked out with Amber yesterday at D1 Fitness, my goals aren't necessarily aesthetic. I can focus on like, hey, I want better hip mobility. Hey, I want better shoulder mobility. Hey, I want to like reprogram my tech neck from doing all the sculpting. And I know that while I'm focusing on those things, of course, I'm going to get better looking, but it's not my main focus of why I am working out, especially over, you know, I care more about mobility, flexibility. When I'm 90, you know, I want to be able to fall and catch myself and not break a bone. Those are, you know, the more important things, like longevity focused when I'm focusing on working out. Oh, you use this for boxing?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fun. For a great definition. Yeah, it does amazing stuff for definition. Also, if you're working out, you're lifting right before this, then you come in, for one, it's going to help with your recovery, so you're not going to be as sore. It's going to help with lymphatic drainage. It also helps with cellulite, because certain type of working out, yes, it can make you stronger, but it can also bring a lot more toxin to certain areas, which can cause cellulite. So a lot of people don't realize that. Cellulite, when we're working with cellulite and we're working with, you know, training the body, we got to train that in 2 different ways. You're funny. Random Rick Review said he's going to help you lose weight. He's going to empty anybody's refrigerator for only $36. I think that is a steal. I think that's a great deal.
Yes.
But with this, you don't want to necessarily like not eat. You know what I mean? It's actually more important, especially as we age, to make sure that we're getting all the right nutrients in our body, that we're getting enough protein. You can actually be self-sabotaging unintentionally by focusing too much on calories, being down, and not enough on getting enough protein to keep your body healthy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sergio.
Yeah, and a lot of the foods that we eat nowadays don't have the nutrients in them, or the vitamins and nutrients in them. I'm talking funny because of this. But getting a vitamin infusion helps replenish some of those nutrients as well.
Yeah, because then it's going like right in. That's another thing. So there's like, so maybe you know that the foods that you're not getting all the proper nutrients from those, even though you can do your best and get organic. So then maybe you're taking supplements on top of that.
Right.
But are you drinking enough water? Is that actually being absorbed into your body? Where you know that if you're getting it in an IV, it's going straight to where it's supposed to go, or an infusion, like an injection. There's certain injections that you want in the glutes, certain ones in the arms. We did a vitamin D injection on our last live stream in the glutes, and the weight loss one, I can't remember how to say that.
Yeah, the MIC Plus.
The MIC Plus. But what do you guys call it? In case people want to... You call it MIC Plus too on your website? Oh, okay. So yeah, the MIC Plus they put into the arm. So
you were... Lipo Plus, is that what you're saying?
Lipo Plus, yeah.
It's...
Yeah, if they're going to like look it up and book it on your website.
Yeah.
Lipo Plus. So I love both of them. I've done IVs for years. I got into that when I had my spa in Miami, Florida. And also the MIC Plus... I think I was introduced that by the Vitality IV bar we've done a video with before, right when I moved back from Miami. So, and I've loved it ever since. It's electric. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we do here is electric. Except for the buccal massage, face sculpting. Over the last, I would say 4 or 5 years, I have worked on learning a lot more modalities that are not electric, but it has been our primary focus for, you know, I don't know, probably the first 8 years of my business, 7, something like that. So we've got some incredible results that we've had recently with just the buccal massage face sculpting, which is safe for pregnant women and people with pacemakers. Like literally, I just amazed myself. No electricity, especially with people with pregnant or pacemakers, because I've just done so much of the electric. Like whenever they come, before they even get here, I unplug the machine just so I'm not like in automatic mode and actually accidentally put the machine on them. Not so much with this one, but thank you, darling. Can I do it?
Can you do facials while
yeah
this done?
Yeah, we love multitasking. We love the multitasking for sure. So yeah, there's lots of live streams where we're doing the face sculpting and the body sculpting. Now I've done it to myself maybe twice. There's just a lot going on when I'm trying to do it to myself.
Sure.
So yeah. Or another popular one is, you know, for people with like stretch marks, scar tissue, anything like that. We'll do an hour of the jade first, and then we'll follow it with the flux, which really helps to break down that stuff. But when it comes to like scar tissue, very deep cellulite, sometimes we do want to add the flux in, or the jade in for that, especially surgical scarring. This will help a lot with softening the outside look of the stretch marks. But sometimes stretch marks are actually a tearing from the inside out. So sometimes people can win the skin lottery and never get any stretch marks visibly on the outside. It doesn't mean there's not scar tissue from when the belly was stretching. So that's another thing that we're like, okay, I don't have any stretch marks, but sometimes you don't know if you do or not. And if that scar tissue is under there, that will keep the stomach from being as flat as it possibly could. So, and for me, I've never had kids, I've never had stretch marks here, but I have PCOS, which is like a hormone condition, so I will get fibrosis in here. Now, if I'm eating mindfully, taking care of myself, I can keep my insulin levels balanced. I don't have as many issues with the PCOS, but I had gained like 45 pounds on purpose to show people like just how quickly you can lose results, especially if you're flying in. I lost 11 inches in one day. We did like a 2-hour appointment in the morning, drank a bottle of water, went to the sauna, took a nap, came back and did another appointment in the evening. That's very common for people who are flying in. But I lost a bunch of it real quick, but that last few pounds, I unintentionally kicked my PCOS system back in. So, you know, I had to do more to get my insulin levels back. I think berberine was like my saving grace for that.
Berberine.
And then once I took it for a while and everything got back to normal, I could just, you know, watch what I eat. But seriously, I had like a little bit of cake the other day, and I woke up the next day. It was my friend's birthday, and the cakes just looked so good. It was like a little bite of each one. And the next morning I woke up, I felt like I had a hangover. Like, I could drink.
You're just so used to.
And then it's more so the PCOS.
Oh,
it's just like, I'm gonna get you. You want to turn me back on? So now, like in my head, if I see cake, I just hear diabetes in my head. I'm like, no, thanks.
I don't want to feel that.
No, I don't want to feel that. Yeah, this time I didn't remember so much as a kid that my joint swelling and stuff.
Yeah.
So I did do quite a few sessions on my joints, but I needed it anyway because I'd broken so many. So
you're talking about the jade?
Yes.
Is that what this is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I've done a lot more sessions on the right side because of my sculpting side. And recently I've done like different push-ups and lifting stuff. So I've probably done like 20 sessions on this arm and only like 6 on this arm. And I can definitely feel it in my elbow. The good news is there's no more pain in this one. And it's been a couple years since we've done, or maybe like a little over a year since we've done anything on this side. So now I just got to put myself on the schedule and sculpt the stuff out of my left arm and we'll be great.
Put yourself on your schedule.
You understand.
No, I get it, yeah.
You understand. Like I squeezed in a little like mini face sculpting before you got here. It's looking good. It's looking good. I had so much stuff from the TMJ up in this joint. I think my mouth's gonna open.
Does that help also with lymphatic drainage?
It's yeah. This helps with lymphatic drainage too. Everything does.
Yeah.
So whenever we do the face sculpting, yeah, we actually. So it's not like. If you're probably more like familiar with like med spa stuff where it's like, hey, it's this area and this is the area and this is the area. Everything we do, it's like encouraging the body to work as its best self. Oh, so if we do the face, we have to open up the lymphatics here. So the face is always going to include here, across the lymphatics and the neck. Okay. If not, anything I break up here, it has to filter through here. So if there's any blockages, and I've done that like, you know, maybe my 4th or 5th month in business. And this girl really needed to probably lose about 200 pounds. And she had a big neck and chin. So from the front afterwards, the second chin was gone.
Really?
But then it was all the side. It was all filled up here.
I see.
So a lot of times if we do have people who are larger, you know, they're usually going to have larger breasts that are heavier. So when they're wearing bras, it's going to cut off more circulation here. So sometimes if people are bigger, we might have to do 2 to 3 sessions mostly on the décolletage here in the neck before we can do any kind of sculpting in the face because there's already so much clogged up. So imagine it like a hoarder's house. If I'm cleaning out a hoarder's house, we got to clean it up from like the front door back. You can't like spot around to rooms. So when we're clearing out the toxins from the face or the body, you know, we always got to start with like the pathway back towards the heart. So here, and every once in a while, I think it's only happened like 2 or 3 times out of, you know, probably like 15,000 clients or more that I've had over the last 12 years. where they bruised across here. So, but usually you can kind of feel it. It feels like cellulite, hard cellulite in the chest here. So not everybody has that, but then a lot more people who have like Viking blood after 30, they'll get what I just named it. This is the technical term, Viking neck. But it doesn't necessarily get more cellulite in here, but it like gets thicker over this area, and it's usually with taller people too. Okay. So in my mind, like it's got something to do with like a thyroid thing too, because this tissue gets very thick, more than here. So then sometimes those will take more time too, but it's more because of needing to soften the tissue than to like detox the face. But both of those, now I've done it so long, I can look at it. I'm like, oh, you got the Viking neck. That's the official term.
Do you ever do like foot baths and stuff to pull stuff out?
Yeah. So you can add on a foot bath afterwards. I love that as an option too. Like that's another reason we do the biomats, because that's all helping to like take pressure off your organs. And, you know, especially if we're doing like a 2-a-day, like if for people flying in, the foot bath in between is awesome. And you can see more stuff coming out too if you flux first, or really if you jade first. Even jading and doing the face, the stuff that comes out of your, and if we do it on a lymphatic frequency, you'll have way more lymphatic stuff pulled out through the feet. And all of those things are going to take like less stress off your organs, you know. If you're going to pee it out or poop it out, that's, you know, your liver and your kidneys got to do some work, you know.
Yeah.
Country Buggin', what's up? That's a fun name.
Sorry, my husband's trying to call me. Sorry, babe, I'm fluxing.
You're smaller, but I feel like I get cellulite on my stomach when I'm a certain weight. Yes, that's very common, Spooky Dookie. You got a cool name, too. So it could be cellulite, well, like, especially if you're wearing, you know, tight underwear, tight bras. You know, you could get toxins that are kind of stuck and trapped in those lymph nodes. It could also be fibrosis, a lot of women with hormone issues. So I get a mix of both if I don't clear that stuff out. The fibrosis is a lot harder. But the cool thing is the jade machine can get rid of that.
This can to watch it.
Yeah, this can soften it up, and this can help to drain like lymphatic drainage stuff. But then also just like sleeping the wrong way, sometimes it can twist up our fascia suit. And then the fascia kind of cuts off the lymph nodes and it gets toxins trapped. So, but great point. Yes, you can get cellulite on your stomach. A lot of people do. There's actually a doctor, I have his video saved. He's an osteopath and I love a lot of his videos. But he made a video saying you only get cellulite in your butt and your legs. And I'm like, okay, sir. Now I'm second guessing every video I've ever watched of yours, and I liked you so much. But no, that's absolutely true. People get cellulite in their arms a lot. A lot of people don't realize if they have bigger arms or they have bigger legs, a lot of times that is not fat. That's cellulite and trapped toxins, especially if you have heavier boobs or you're wearing a bra that's too tight. You know, that's also why we go by inches. Because a lot of times, you know, you're not going to lose so many inches of fat, but if we detox the toxins from those fat cells, then the fat cells will get smaller. So we don't do anything with killing cells. We just, you know, get the body to hurry up and work better. Get rid of the toxins, get rid of inflammation. We don't even do chemical peels in here anymore because honestly, we don't really need it. You know, I've seen people who've totally gotten rid of all their sun damage in just like one session. Just depends on the sun damage. If it's spots, a lot of times that's possible. If the skin is turned to leather, then first, can we help you? Absolutely. But first we got to get the skin to not feel like leather. We got to bring it back to life. And sometimes that's it's a whole other step, you know.
It's like taking care of plants.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not, because I'm not good at taking care of plants. I'm great at this. Green thumb, that one's still alive. My friend Leslie got me that for, I think, my moving in party to this location. Hi, it's your boy Grayson. She's getting Flux. It's our little workout time machine. Let me move it a little bit over. See those legs? Go, legs, go. Yeah, when the body moves a lot, you know that they are no stranger to working out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if somebody has been on bed rest for a while or they've just never worked out, a lot of times they can feel it very strongly, but we won't see it move at all. And I gotta check in. I'm like, are you feeling it? And they're like, yeah, it's so strong. But it can only work with like what you have to work with it.
Sure.
So imagine your body is like horsepower, right?
Okay.
So she's worked out a lot. She's got that Ferrari horse power. She just needs a little tune-up.
I need a big tune-up.
So
I've let my body go.
the cool thing is, like I said, I mean, we can get you back so quick. And that is usually our goal, is to have somebody like go ahead and do a boot camp. If you're local, if you can come to see us like twice a week for 3 to 6 weeks, depending on like how much you want to lose or how much, you know, you want to see. I don't want to say how much you want to lose, because we don't lose inches wise, but sometimes people want to grow their booty bigger. We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But so how much you want to transform, right? That's going to be different for everyone. I've got girls who are super skinny, and they've got, you know, maybe autoimmune issues. So their circulation isn't great, their lymph flow isn't great, and when they do this, they really get that color back to their skin, the grayness is gone, they don't have as many issues with like getting like hives and stuff like that. But they're also very tiny, so some people will be like, well, why does she need to do it? Well, not that she, you know, she thinks that she needs to do it, and she feels a big result by detoxing the body, getting the circulation moving better, getting the lymph moving better. And if she works out before, you know, she can do this and it really pops her butt up, because she has the opposite issue where she's always, it's hard for her to keep weight on, you know. So, and then we also have like 46 people now that we've helped to lose over 100 pounds. Thousands of people we've helped to lose 50, 60, 70 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yes. So depending on what the goals, we can usually help. And, you know, if it's something we can't help with, we have a big network of health and wellness providers in this area and connections down in South Florida as well. If it's something I can't help you with, I'm going to tell you that. And I probably know somebody who can.
Right.
Usually it takes a village. I know it takes a village to keep me looking good and feeling good. So can you tell them about the NAD?
Yeah, so you were talking about, I'll do my best, because whenever it contracts, it's hard for me to talk. NAD is a coenzyme that your body naturally produces, and it helps your body get rid of toxins, and it helps repair cells or it helps repair your DNA at a cellular level. So if people have inflammation, autoimmune disorders, things like that, it really helps decrease that inflammation. It boosts your energy. It's pretty amazing. And we have injections where you can do sub-Q, where you just give it to yourself in the belly, or we can come out to you and give you a injection into your muscle. We also have the NAD infusions. There's a lot more side effects from an NAD infusion, and they take a lot longer, and you get the same amount of...
I didn't really like the infusion.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was really useful, like, if I was going to do, like, a race, a triathlon, some kind of, like, competition.
For that energy, right.
And for my brain.
Yeah.
I get more from the NAD I have autism, ADHD, CPTSD, so my brain's all kinds of weirdly wired. When I do administrative stuff, it can be stressful, but yeah. I know on those days where I have to do more computer stuff, if I take a little extra NAD, then that totally makes all the difference between, like, you know, me crying into the software or me being like, look how much I got done today. So I think also before big licensing exams.
Yeah.
Like if I had a big licensing exam, I wouldn't mind getting the
infusion.
And I didn't have any side effects from it that were bad. It just only lasted a few days, and they're not cheap.
No. Well, some people, I'm pretty sensitive to a lot of things. So when I got the NAD infusion, or I've done several of them, but I always felt like a heaviness in my chest and really severe abdominal cramping and nauseated, and felt like I was gonna have diarrhea. So like all kinds of stuff, and that's a very common symptom for people to have. It's rare that people don't have symptoms like that, so you got lucky.
Wow.
But with the injection in the muscle, it's a lot less side effects. And then injection in the belly, there's really none. And that's because it takes more time to get, you still get the same amount of NAD, it just takes more time to get where it needs to go.
Because you have to sit there for like 2 hours, don't you?
For an infusion.
For the infusions?
Yeah, it depends on how...
Yeah. It was a commitment for sure.
It depends on how well you tolerate it. You could roller clamp it up, or down.
Maybe it wasn't so bad because they did it in like 2 hours or something, super slow. And then also at the time I had an infrared sauna in my spa, so.
Oh, okay.
Because it doesn't affect like if you're on the infrared and you have vitamins, you're not gonna be sweating those vitamins out before it goes to heal your body, right?
Right.
Yeah. So at that time, if I ever did anything that was gonna make me sick, I probably immediately went back to the infrared sauna. I don't remember any weird feelings. Just like I was like, oh, that wore off quick. And now I've been taking a supplement that I love, and I took like the first one I tried, I didn't feel anything from it, and I was like, well, whatever, maybe it has to be like infused for you to really feel it. And then I found one of my friends gave it to me, and she's like, this gives me too much energy, and she's retired, so she doesn't need so much energy. I need all the energy.
Yeah.
Hence the coffee. But certain times, being neurodivergent, caffeine and stimulants can actually do the opposite, especially if you're facing like a burnout. So that'll happen sometimes. And like maybe like 3 months ago, 2 days in a row, one day I had like half of it used to be a pre-workout. What's it called? C4.
Oh yeah, that's really, the watermelon was my favorite.
Oh my gosh, I love those. So, and I like that it's the non-flushable niacin too. So I like that really, it is a pre-workout, like an energy drink, but it also helps your body to detox.
Yep.
So literally had half of one of those, took a nap. And then the next day, I actually walked to go get a large coffee, walked home, because I was like, okay, I'm going to get the body moving. Drank a large coffee, took a nap. So if you're in that part of a cycle as a neurodivergent, like stimulants are only going to make it worse. I was super happy to find, I was like, okay, what else can give my brain power that's not a stimulant? Yep. And the NAD was a lifesaver for that.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you really shouldn't be doing caffeine for like a few days, and the only solution is rest, vitamins. Is there any other vitamins, like if somebody's going through a neurodivergent burnout, that could help with that?
I would say NAD and B12 are the main ones.
B12. What about I've gotten injections of the NAC before.
We don't offer that.
No, what about, so there's also NAC converts to the glutathione. You can put glutathione in the IVs, right?
Well, it's not in the IV, but it's a push. Yeah, you push it through the IV.
Okay.
It's not in the bag. I'm sorry.
So I think that would help with the burnout stuff too, because that's why like NAC just helps to make with the more glutathione stuff.
Yeah, and it helps your body. Glutathione also helps your body detox as well. And you're getting that infusion that's going to help flush out toxins or help you pick up the toxins and take them out.
So are there any kind of supplements that people might spend money on that sounds like a good idea? Maybe your body does need it, but taking it orally, it might not affect your body the same as you would like it to.
So when you take oral supplements, you only get about 25 to 30% of them. So it's good to still continue on a really good vitamin, whatever supplement that you take that you really like and you think works for you, because what works for one may not work for the other. But making sure you find a vitamin company that is putting the correct vitamin in there.
But yeah, it's not just a bunch of filler.
Correct, yeah.
Or also, like, you want it to be right, but sometimes they can put fillers in it that counteract everything the vitamin's supposed to do.
Exactly.
So even though it might have the right amount, it's, our bodies are like a big chemistry biology experiment. What you're going to need at different points on different times of day, depending on the person, all of that can change day by day, definitely changes person by person.
Yeah. But getting the vitamin infusions, you get close to 100% of that compared to an oral vitamin. So using a vitamin infusion as, a monthly boost or bi-weekly boost is really beneficial, along with taking those supplements, the oral supplements, because you are still getting some vitamins, so it's important.
Now, is that just with like the actual pill vitamins, or what about like the gummies, the liquids that is better absorbed? You want the bed to go down a little bit more?
So, no, my booty's just going numb. Okay. So
she's shrinking. I hope that's gonna feel stronger.
Oh, yeah. Remind me what you asked me. I'm sorry.
I don't know, but did you look up the Wolverine vitamin?
I didn't. Let me shut my phone off.
So I've had a couple different clients bring up this Wolverine peptide. They're both men. And the last time one of them was here, I was like, okay, first question always, is it legal in the US? Because not all peptides are. Apparently it is. And I was like, okay, well, if it's legal in the US, then you guys can definitely get it, right?
We should be able to.
So we're going to find out right now, because I forgot to message it to her, because he didn't leave that day until like 10 o'clock at night, so I wasn't going to message you. So I just remembered when she got here today, we all going to learn together. Because that's what we do here. Learn and grow and glow together. Our next live stream this evening is going to be about 6:15. We're going to be back with our lovely mental health professional, Megan. And we're going to talk about like ways you can help to heal childhood trauma.
Ooh.
And also different patterns. Like sometimes we grow up with certain childhood trauma and that causes us to seek out similar situations, similar people, places, and things, because that's how our brain is wired. So different strategies to help rewire our brain towards making healthy choices, because anything we talk about here, where I'm a solution, problem solving, focused type of place, you know. We're not actually going to be doing like therapy on that, because people are like, well, it first started. I'm like, look, that's where you make an appointment with Megan. Right here, we're just covering certain topics so we can all learn about it, and then maybe you can bring it up to your therapist, or you can always book an appointment with Megan and her team. She has a whole team of mental health professionals. So, hello from India.
It's a 15 amino acid peptide found in human gastric juices.
What?
It's to promote tissue repair by enhancing formation of new blood vessels, helps reduce inflammation, supports muscles, tendons, ligaments, and skin.
It's like a super collagen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would that kind of thing help people with collagen disorders like Ehlers-Danlos? Or I have another client who, her daughter has a very rare collagen disorder where like because we actually have 28 different types of collagen. So she's got a gene where one of them does not form. And it causes her a lot of pain and stuff. But it's a very rare condition.
I don't know. I'd have to do more research on that. That's interesting though.
Yeah, we always like to find workarounds, especially if there's like problems I definitely believe most problems can be solved. It's just, you know, sometimes they might not figure it out for another 100 years.
Mm-hmm. It says it's called Wolverine Blend or Wolverine Stack for the potential regenerative properties that supposedly mimic the rapid healing abilities of the Marvel character Wolverine.
I love Wolverine. He's hot. That's my type.
So NAD also helps with repair of injuries as well, because it's going in and repairing those cells.
Yeah.
Regenerating that.
Yeah, we want to, there's so many ways to biohack these days. It really is amazing from the inside out.
Yeah.
That's one of my special interests as somebody who is neurodivergent. I've literally built my whole business about it. And that's why we love having people who know more than me about a lot of different things in biohacking on the channel. You know, IV therapy, peptides, all that kind of stuff they're learning new things with that kind of stuff every day.
Right.
Really is so amazing. I am glad that they are a lot of things that you can only get in an infusion. So infusion is like the IVs.
Right.
I'm glad to see that now there's more options for those in injection form. Because it's just so much easier and faster.
Oh, that brought me back to that question that you had asked.
Oh, yay. ADHD, we're circle back around.
Exactly. That's my brain too. You had asked about different types of oral supplements. And
so the oral supplements versus like a pill versus a powder and a gelatin pack versus gummies versus a lot of times if I have a gelatin pack one, I will open it up and I'll eat it in some like applesauce because then I know I'm not waiting for my body to digest that vegetable packet or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like the shots. If I have the option to drink it or to eat it as a gummy, you know, you always have more absorption. Is that still going to be the same absorption, that 20 to 30%, or is it higher with the...
It depends on where it's staying. So if you put something under your tongue,
The sublingual?
yes,
Okay.
it's gonna dissolve and then it's gonna get to your bloodstream quicker. If you put something in your cheek or your buccal cavity,
See, she said buccal, and she's a nurse. I told you it's buccal. Yes.
it could be buccal, but
No.
I've heard other people call it different ways.
I've heard the dentist people. My mom's a dental hygienist, and she says it's buccal, and I'm like, no.
I think
I
it
went to a whole
really
class.
is buccal, but I've always called it buccal.
But then somebody else, there was some other kind of professional in the land, said buxal, like the buccinator muscle.
Okay.
So I've heard it 3 different ways.
That's in your cheek. That's why I usually say that, because
The chiropractor says the buxal.
okay.
Yeah, chiropractor says buxal. Most medical professionals I've heard, where I learned it from, was buccal.
Oh,
But my teacher for the buccal massage was also Syrian. So she has this beautiful, sounds like a Russian accent.
Oh,
So
cool.
like, hello, I'm Helena. We're learning the buccal massage. And I just think it sounds prettier like that. So I'm going to keep calling it buccal with the accent and everything.
But if you, whatever, like if it's a lozenge or something, you just kind of suck on it and leave it in that, those cheeks, then it helps absorb faster too. But anything that goes directly into the gut, it takes a lot longer, and you're not getting as much.
So what about a collagen shot? Like if I wanted to make the most out of that collagen shot, should I just
Are you saying shot like a
shot?
drink? Okay.
Yeah. Should I let that
Like
kind of
swish?
swish in your mouth, almost like a whiskey, but healthier for you, or like a scotch, but
I
healthier? Okay, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
And
And then
we
just
have-
slowly drip
Mhm.
down.
Yeah.
And then same thing with gummies. So should I just chew up the gummy and let it kind of melt in
Well,
my
a
mouth?
gummy has like I can't say for sure on that one specifically, but I would think that it would just, since it's all stuck together, it's really not a liquid form at all, really dissolving in your mouth. I would say that one probably is similar to that of a capsule that you would take.
Because I had a friend back in the day.
I can't say for that for sure.
We used to have to, what was that? It was illegal here. Some kind of like weight burner thing, ephedrine.
Oh, yeah.
So we would like go and get ephedrine
Mm-hmm.
in another state or whatever, but it also super dehydrates you.
Oh, yeah.
Then we're working out a lot. We're like fitness people, and my friend was taking these collagen pills back in the day when right before I started my business, and then up until few years into my business, like the only way to get collagen supplement was like you'd have to take 6 giant horse pills.
Ew.
And they still sell them. I just saw them at Costco a couple months ago. I was like, they still sell those? Oh my gosh. So this girl went to the bathroom. She thought she was dying. She was like, there's giant white pieces of chalk. And I think I have worms or something like that. I'm like, did you take those collagen pills? And she was like, it looks like those collagen pills don't dissolve. So who even knows? She probably got like 2% of whatever that was.
Yeah.
I feel like those are mostly mixed with chalk or whatever. Like, why would you have to take that many?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Then they had the powders that you would mix into smoothies and stuff, which I'm just like, smoothies, it's like such a job. Like, I'm just not into like making my own smoothies all day and all that kind of stuff. So I ended up having a ton of that left over, and I just started sticking it in my bath water, like the collagen powder. Now I take the shots, and I love the shots, but I'm gonna start doing that when I take the shots, like just let it
kind of swish it.
slowly melt in. See, we love the tips and tricks. I'm already paying for the collagen, and she can tell me how to get more out of it. Now we all know the secret.
We also have a vitality supplement that helps optimize your NAD levels. And
fun.
It's like, it tastes like a sweet tart. You take it once in the
Ooh,
morning
I like
and once
that.
in the night, and you just like leave it in your cheek and just kind of suck on it till it dissolves. And it helps your body increase the amount of NAD that you naturally produce. And then
Nice.
we also have that in a powder form where you can mix it in a little bit of water, swish it, and
Does
swirl.
it taste good?
The powder is no, there's no taste to
Oh,
it.
okay. I have a lot of clients who like don't like drinking water. So I always like to find little powders that are actually good.
Like flavored powder.
Yeah, because most of the time they come in here, they're like, well, if I put this in it, and I was like, well, that's not water anymore, that's called Kool-Aid. Like, if it has a flavor and there's sugar to it, and you're making adult Kool-Aid, it's not the same. One thing I do love, you can find it in my Amazon storefront, it's an electrolyte blend. It doesn't have as much as the Body Armor of the potassium, but it does have like 6%. So it's still more than anything else. You'll get it. It's like a pink lemonade.
Okay.
But there's 0 sugar. It has tons of electrolytes in it. It is delicious. And for people who are like, you know, they're like, oh, I can't drink water without like making it like a Crystal Light or something. This is it. It tastes delicious and it's good for you. Yeah. Instead of you're just like, yeah, I should have water, but I don't like water, so now I'm gonna eat Kool-Aid.
Right.
It doesn't. The chemistry, the math doesn't math there. So I actually have this over here. I'll show you some. But there's other like flavor packets that I've gotten before that are like a hyaluronic acid flavor packet that tastes good. You just want, you know, if the goal is for it to taste it good so you can drink it, you know, add to that goal that it's also healthy for you, because there's plenty of options that you can find that are both. You know, and if you're just making sugar water, it's not healthy for you. And if you're just drinking sugar water, I'm gonna guess, you know, unless you have like hyperthyroidism, you're probably overweight. And that's a simple way to cut out a bunch of stuff. So this is from Ultima Replenisher, the pink lemonade. I like that lemonade. Do you know that song?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. Funny. So yeah, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories. That's the kind of things that you want to look for when you're looking for a flavor to add to your drinks. Definitely at least electrolytes, very minimum. Because most of the time, even if you get better at drinking a lot of water, if you have problems drinking a lot of water, it's probably because you don't have enough electrolytes in your body anyway to hold on to that. All kinds of different things can deplete electrolytes too. Like coffee, alcohol, working out, sun exposure, lots of the flux. Absolutely the flux. Any kind of electric modalities definitely help you to burn more electrolytes than actually working out. Slay Girl Slay wants to know if you're okay.
Yeah.
She's doing great.
Yeah, I was just nervous at first because I didn't know what to expect, and then it was like a little jolt, but it doesn't hurt.
Once you get past like the first 25 minutes, like you're fine.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of people who are like, wow, I did 30 minutes. I don't know if I can make it past an hour. She's already been doing 40 minutes now.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like if you can make it past those first 25, a full hour is easy. You definitely do want to be properly hydrated before. So you can do up to like an hour at a time. I've had clients I know that they're super, super healthy and they're about to do, you know, some kind of pageant or whatever. You know, if I know they're properly hydrated, you know, I'll let them do like 90 minutes, just depending on what our goals are.
I think it would be really good for bodybuilders too.
So good for bodybuilders. So good for bodybuilders. Absolutely. And don't wait that long. You know what I mean? So the biggest things that I'll see for men bodybuilders, obviously the abs, but building up calves and building up arms. Because sometimes people can work really hard on that, and you know, that the nerves in the body aren't just turned on like other areas. Especially if people have been working out like a Johnny Bravo, or they're doing all upper body and haven't done the legs in forever. Or
it's a perfect analogy.
It is that triangle build. Don't be a Johnny Bravo, guys. Don't skip leg day. Don't skip leg day. I asked this guy on Facebook when he was doing something like with I think I hurt his feelings. I didn't mean to. He just had really slim legs, and he was doing stuff with a kettlebell, and I was like, "That's cool. What do you do for your legs on the kettlebell?" Because he had, you know, very sculpted ankles. I think I hurt his feelings, but you know, I can't hurt your feelings. You can only hurt your own feelings in that situation. I just thought, like, you know, they had great ankles. Always looking out for great ankle workouts. I'm 5'2", you know, so I'm, you know, I feel like I should have had an extra 2 inches on my ankle. I gotta be very specific with the sculpting and stuff on my ankles so I don't have cankles. So always looking for tips and trips. You know, if you want to make your legs bigger, though, you can go lift heavy and then come do this, and it, you know, then you don't have those Johnny Bravo legs. But like, so I have people who do a lot of lunges. They do like triathlons. They run a lot. A lot of those people can have very strong legs, but lazy glutes because they've mostly been working on those muscles. So your brain is like, hey, when I'm going to do something, it's going to activate what has been doing all the work that time.
Yeah.
So in those cases, sometimes it's good to pause from the lunges and just really focus on the glutes. Even like not even doing standing things, you know, doing like weighted stuff where you're on all fours and that kind of stuff. So if you've been overtraining on certain areas and other areas have gotten lazy, then this can help to wake that up. And then you want to retailer your workouts for the next few weeks to build that back up. She doesn't need it. She got the junk in the trunk. And we're snatching up the core today in her legs. So it is probably going to look like we did something to her booty today, but really just making the legs smaller and the core smaller. That's going to make the butt show up bigger. So proportions. So just like when people will do like injections to try to change the proportions, we change the proportions by getting rid of stuff. So it's coming into that time of year when everybody's getting fluffy here in Indiana with the Halloween candy, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas. So if you are wanting to grow your boobs, you are wanting to grow your glutes, you know, this is the time to get with me and we can make a plan so where you get a little fluffy, and then we snatch around the other areas, but then the boobs and the glutes stay fluffy. So very natural. It's fun because it involves eating and looking good, and it's amazing. And there's no risk of like there is with traditional, you know, surgical BBLs. Very safe, very effective, instant results. Every time you leave here, you look and you feel better immediately, you know. We don't even offer waxing here. Very limited liability. Limited liability. I had that more so when I had employees, because sometimes employees will do stupid stuff and then it's still your fault if they work for you.
Yeah.
So even though I've been retired from employees for a long time now, we just still keep everything very limited liability. Simple. It's only gonna keep you looking good, feeling good. Because even like chemical peels, you know, I would do those at the beginning of my career, but everybody's skin reacts differently. Most of the time with the Jade machine, we can get way better results than with the chemical peel anyway. But I had a girl, and, you know, I think she had like 2 spots. Usually we'll spot treat. Got rid of all the spots on her face but 2 of them. She was in her 60s, had seen a lot of sun. So usually I wait for people to do like a series. So we were to her 8th one, twice a week for 6 weeks. We were at after her 8th session. So that means we had 8 hour-long conversations about how to prepare for a peel, chemical peel. We planned it on a Friday.
Oh, wow.
So she could be off on Saturday and Sunday for healing. We planned on that specific day, and she kept trying to get in earlier. So she understands, okay, you're going to put all this stuff on it, aftercare, don't leave your house. It wasn't even that strong of a peel, right? And then that next Saturday, I was supposed to go to my kids' game. Well, we talked about this for 2 months. We talked about it and planned it at a specific time where you're doing nothing, you know. And my face looks horrible. Your face is going to look horrible after a peel. Your skin is going to peel off. That's why they call it a peel. So we don't have...
I've seen them look pretty wild.
Yeah, we don't even...
Who've done it.
Yeah, have that on the menu anymore. Most of the time we don't need it, you know. This does it all. And if you can just always look better when you leave here and you don't have to have downtime, why not do that, you know? I will use stuff with like a light glycolic in it. If we're doing the microcurrent. And then also with the like glycolic, to get the best benefits from that, it's the pathway to penetration. So it's not just about the glycolic getting into like, you know, break down like the intercellular walls and stuff, but you want to put like niacinamide on top of it to deliver that those lightning properties. Just different things. I mix up a lot of Ayurvedic stuff as well, depending on the person.
So how often could you do this?
Like if you're flying in, you could do it up to like twice a day. So you just want to do a lot of hydration in between. So we do have a lot of people, and they'll come and they'll do the Jade for an hour and then the Flux for an hour if they're flying in. Because if you're flying in, we're trying to get the most out of like the time that we have here. Sure. It's not like you can just like drive down the street or drive an hour away twice a week, right? Usually that'll be for like 3 or 4 days. We've had people do it for like 5 to 7 is probably the most, but a lot of people just have enough time to do it for like a long weekend. which that's fine. We can get amazing stuff done. Like I said, I did an example of that. It literally took me like 9 months to gain 45 pounds, and I lost 11 inches in one day. So that's why people fly in, because you can lose 11 inches in one day and not have to take time off work and not have to have the risks and complications of surgery. So
people who live in this general area,
mm-hmm.
and they could do it, they could come see you typically like once a week or once a month. Or just
no, we have people who come see me every week, twice a week sometimes.
Okay.
So it just depends on the schedule and like what the goals are.
Sure.
You know, so if somebody's doing a boot camp and they're not on a time restriction, because we do have a lot of people, they're like, hey, can you get me in my wedding dress? Hey, can you get me into this address for this gala or whatever? Then they can do it more frequently. We would customize it to you. But if you're on a busy schedule, but you want to, you know, get everything done, I would say like, you know, twice a week for 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how much you want to lose. You know what I mean? And it depends on like what you're doing on your own, you know? Right. So if you're doing stuff on your own, you're going to get there faster. But like I said, we have a client, she went from a size 22 to a 16, just doing the flux once a week. And she did the skin tightening once a month. She had a lot of stretch marks. She had 5 kids. And she literally, I mean, she was on the live stream last week. She's like, everything I've been doing has been working against it. And she's like my little sister. We grew up next to each other. And I'm like, I love that that's like a positive thing for the flux. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't outweigh my disappointment for you not doing more. You know what I mean? Like that is a good thing for the flux. But, you know, mobility, flexibility. You have 5 kids. I want you to be able to get up and down off the ground with your kids and your grandkids. Right. You know? So we always want to use this as something that is like a boost. Not an end-all be-all. Not an end-all. It's still important to move your body. It's still, you know, or a lot of people, if they've been on bed rest, you know, you're embarrassed to go to the spot, you're embarrassed to go to the gym or whatever. It hurts to go to the gym because you're too heavy. Then we can like really jump start that. But your brain doesn't know that this is why you're getting the results. So it's the best time to start a fitness plan, to start any kind of conscious eating diet, whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. I don't like the word diet. I just like to focus on getting all the good stuff that my body needs. Because if a lifestyle. Yeah, focus on getting more in alignment with a healthy lifestyle. So now, like I said before, this is where I get most of my results from when it comes to aesthetically. This and the Jade Machine for sure. But then that really allows me to focus on different kind of goals when I am working out. Like when we worked out yesterday, the D1 Fitness, you know. I'm going to focus on mobility. I'm going to focus on flexibility. I'm going to focus on like retraining my neck out of that tech neck. So, you know, posture, core strength, but for different reasons other than aesthetic. And I know obviously if I'm going to be working out, I'm going to be like looking better too, but it's really cool to have to take that. So many people's goals when they're starting working out are aesthetic first, you know, you can really end up like injuring yourself too. You're focusing on aesthetic, and especially maybe you gained a little weight because, you know, you've been busy more. A lot of people don't realize what kind of toll it can take on your body to have a repetitive motion injury. And repetitive motion injury can be like repetitively not moving. So if you're sitting a lot for work, you can still get repetitive motion injuries from that. Now that traveling a bunch, driving a bunch, being on a plane a bunch. I definitely notice more cellulite on people who, right after they fly. I think it's like the pressure, and it's just like makes everything harder. So we can help with that too. But it all works together. And it doesn't have to be or this or that. Because I have a lot of people who see the body sculpting and they're like, why don't you just work out? Okay, like for so many reasons that's dumb. First reason, working out is not going to get rid of tight or loose skin. It's not going to get rid of scar tissue. It's not a this or that kind of thing. It's a combination. We live in 2025 and there's all these different ways to biohack. And it's amazing. Aging gracefully means something totally different than even in the year 2000. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, like it's our obsession, that's why we have businesses about biohacking, then you're in the right place. And every time we go live, we can answer more questions about that. I'm excited to do like an NAD one. It is not an EKG. That's funny though. Another thing I have, people ask me all the time is this, the guys will ask me, is this what it feels like to have contractions when you're having a baby? No. And I don't know, I've never even had it, but my answer is always like, well, I mean, usually I'll see people laughing a lot of times on this who've also had kids. So, compared to the videos I've seen of people having babies where they're crying and screaming and trying not to kill people, I'm gonna guess no.
This is not painful.
Now there is another type of NMES, like a neurostimulator, specifically to mimic cramps and pregnancy.
I think I know what you're talking
You
about.
can get them on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. I've seen videos.
Like $500 or $600.
Guys trying them on.
I know.
Like,
oh
my gosh.
I really want one. Like, how fun would that be for the live stream?
Labor is not even close to compare to this.
I mean, I've even had PCOS cramps where I've blacked out from the pain before. Yeah. Like, woke up off the floor sweating. There's awful. Some kind of IV that I've gotten before when I've had that much pain that helps with pain management. It's like Pain Blaster or something. I don't know what was in it.
We have a pain relief package.
A pain relief package? Mm-hmm. And seriously, I mean, I was in so much pain. I've used it a couple times. Now that I'm on the supplements I am now, I don't have as many issues with that. But where I've had to cancel all the clients and have a friend drive me to go get an IV. Mm-hmm. And literally, it's, was life-changing.
You don't have to drive anywhere because we come
I know! Isn't that awesome now? I'm like, come to my house.
We're on our way.
I love it. And you guys have, how many? You said 8 nurses altogether?
We have 4.
4 nurses, yeah. Okay. 8 nurses, 4 nurses, 8 hands. I don't know why I thought 8. At least I was in a multiple, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we service all over Indiana. Our nurses will drive up to an hour, and then over an hour, their travel fees included. But
you'll still go.
Yeah.
If they'll pay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep. We're there for you.
And then how many can you do up to at one time?
You mean like parties?
Yeah, because you do a lot of parties, right?
We do. We do bachelors, bachelorette parties. We've done we can do Christmas parties. We can do patio parties. Just family events and that sort of thing. Birthday parties, all kinds of stuff. But
now, what are the benefits of doing it? Like, if somebody was going to have a party, would it still be a benefit to do it before they go out and drink? After? What are the benefits one way or the other?
Before and after is best case scenario. Sense, yeah. But that's obviously expensive.
Yeah.
But if that's something you wanted to do, it's okay to do. If you're going out drinking, typically if you hydrate beforehand, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who still feel slightly hungover after are like, well, I would rather get an infusion afterwards, so that way it can.
You got the other stuff that you put in the infusions.
Yeah, help with that too. To help with that. And this isn't painful. It's just hard for me to talk when my muscles contract.
Yeah, this is really popular with a lot of our professional singers and stuff, because if you can sing with this on.
No kidding. You can do anything.
Yeah. It really helps to strengthen your diaphragm and your breath control. So Miss Jenny will sing on it. A lot of my other ones won't do it. So that's interesting. They're like, it's too hard. And they're the ones that usually make the most money for singing. I can't sing laying down. I'm like, well, you know what? You'd be better at it if you could. And they're like, we don't care. We already get paid well. We don't need to be better. We're already good. Yeah, we were supposed to have jackets required in the friends room too, but Mr. Bobby Stardust was sick last week, so we'll have them on another time. I needed to do some another karaoke, some other karaoke live streams this next week too, because I'm supposed to be singing over at the Carmichael.
You're a singer?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was gonna be a whole superstar before my brain fully formed at 25, and then I was like, okay, I better figure out a real job. And then I started a spa. Cool. But I was always since a young age, I was always doing fun things. I was spoiled. So when I shadowed other things, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I was like, so when I was like, okay, I needed, more stable income than selling art and singing songs or whatever. I was like, okay, what do I like to do? I also like to play spa. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So then I was going back to school for, I thought I had to be a nurse practitioner because I wanted lasers and stuff. And then one of my friends was like, oh, I'm going back to school too. So I was deciding between I think I was back in prereqs for that. Mm-hmm. And then I was thinking about doing the Doctor of Ayurveda, which is Indian medicine. I've been studying that for 20 years.
Okay.
But actually getting the doctorate in that. And then one of my friends was like, oh, cool, I'm going back to school too. And I was like, oh, for what? She was like, aesthetics. And I was like, what is that? Meanwhile, like the very first portrait I ever sold, I was like 11 or 12. I took that money and went and bought a facial. When the first internet came out, I was on Yahoo looking up like how to make like banana face masks, avocado face masks, all those things.
That's cool.
So she was like, you know, like facials and like waxing and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. You can do that and you don't have to learn to do hair? Yeah. I was like, oh, well, how long does that take? 6 to 9 months. I was looking at school that was going to be 6 to 9 years. Okay, sign me up for that one. And then I still wanted to do the laser thing, but then I found microcurrent and like all the amazing things that you can do with it. And just a lot of people don't know about it. So then that's when I fell in love with that. Lasers are still cool.
So what does the jade do specifically? Is it something that sits on your face?
It can't sit on your face, but I actually do sculpting with it. So yeah, so I just did a live stream right before this one where I'm sculpting my face. So it'll get rid of, make the neck smaller, do lymphatic drainage, get rid of scar tissue, get rid of stretch marks, help with scar tissue around the knees, whether it's from repetitive motion injury, inflammation.
But what is it?
Get rid of acne.
Like, what does it actually look like though? Is it just like a scraping tool?
It looks similar to a scraping. Okay. These are called tuya balls.
I'm just being curious. Oh.
But we also have rollers. There's different attachments. My favorite is the tuya balls because I can really like sculpt. I get more detailed results with this. But the traditional way the jade teaches, it's just really about like in most microcurrents, it's just like lifting and light. But if you want the better than surgical results that we get, it's a lot deeper. So you can see in the last live stream I just did, like, damn, you're going deep. And I was like, I know, but it feels better. And then a lot of things, just getting those like nodules like out of like my jaw like I was doing in the previous live stream. Yes, that's going to make my face smaller in those certain areas because it's not full of toxins. But also like certain tendons can be tight. People don't realize how that can change the shape of your nose. Your fascia being shaped, it can pull one nostril more than one side. So it retrains the muscles of the face. So when you get a wrinkle, imagine it as like hills and valleys. So the valley is a muscle spasm. So just like she's spasming now, the more times you make that move with your abs, you're going to get lines in your abs. If you keep making that face, it's going to stick like that. Just like the old saying, the more expressive you are with your face, it's going to make the lines in your face, the ones we don't want. So the valley is like the muscle spasm. And then every time that's spasming, it's pulling those hills into the valley. So I can feel where like wrinkles are going to come, even if somebody's here for like an acne facial at 12. I can feel where those muscle spasms are already tight. Those wrinkles might not show up for another 20, 30 years, but they're starting. They have begun, So with the face sculpting, it's a mix of getting rid of the toxins, so clearing out the hills, then retraining that muscle spasm so it relaxes. Now, when one muscle is doing something too much and it's spasming, causing a line, a lot of times the supportive muscles around that get lazy. Just like we were talking about like the glutes and the quads and the leg muscles earlier. So if you have the 11s here, then a lot of times the 11s are doing so much, then the muscles that lift the eyebrow here get lazy and then the eye drops. So we'll relax the muscles that are doing too much. Be like, calm down. You don't need to do that much. And then retrain the muscles that have gotten lazy. Like I did this eyebrow a little bit more than this eyebrow, I can tell. So I'm going to go back in and bloop, just lift that one right back up.
Okay, yeah.
So when I get the line that I always have to iron out is on this side. So I have to use more microcurrent, more energy to get the line out. But then it'll also lift that one more.
So does it pulse like this too?
No.
Oh.
No, so this is millicurrent. So this is what our muscles operate off of. We do have microcurrents in here, but you're not going to notice the microcurrents.
I see.
So the microcurrent is what our nervous system operates on. So even like we have treatments where, say you hurt your elbow or something, I can just wrap it up in the, or if somebody has a lot of loose skin, but not necessarily like a lot of like cellulite or toxins or scar tissue, I can just wrap it up in a towel and this whole area will get the benefits from it. And it'll also tighten the skin. So always tightens the skin.
I like that.
Whether people are coming in for like a sinus facial or a buccal massage face sculpting session
I feel sweaty.
Oh yeah, you're super sweaty. That's good though. That means that you don't have a lot of heavy metal toxicity. So infrared does help to detox from heavy metals, whether it's the sauna or you want to get your own biomat from the My Favorite Things page of my website. Sometimes if people do have a higher heavy metal toxicity, they're not going to sweat as much though. So it's good when we know we're sweating, then you're not at like a dangerous level of toxins. Yeah. And certain people sweat more than others. I don't usually like
I'm a sweater.
Sweat as much, you know. If I'm regular with my infrared, then it keeps my body sweating correctly, I guess. All right. Baby does got back because we build booties here. So if you want your baby to have a back, or you're a baby that wants to have a back, then make sure you book a Flux Red body sculpting appointment online today.
That's right.
At ellabardo.com. This baby got back too, so hers is, if you are new to the chat, hers is definitely going to look better today because we made the legs smaller and her core smaller, but her butt stayed the same size. So it's probably going to look like we did a little something to her booty, even though we just did the surrounding areas.
That's so funny. Well, I was laying here, I'm like, it even feels like I'm working out, because I sweat a lot when I work out anyway, so I'm like, yeah, it definitely feels just as if I were sweating.
You see her their arm. So we mix up this lotion special here. It's got stem cells in it, so we don't like to waste a drop, just like lemonade.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the only place you can get it is if you're here getting Flux, or I'm doing your face, because we go through a lot of this. I mean, I can mix you up some, but it's not going to be cheap. But if you don't own a spa, it'll probably last you for like a year. All right, darlings, it's been so much fun. So we're going to put her little before and after pics together. And if you want to join us for our next live stream with the beautiful Miss Megan, owner of Attuned Wellness, they focus on mental health. They have a lot of mental health professionals there. So we're going to be talking about like healing strategies to heal childhood trauma and stuff like that. So it's going to be super fun around 6:15. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you in a couple hours. Bye.